So I go down the line, you sign my shit, Fiend signed my shit, and Alexa signed my shit. Hey y'all, I kept that poster for 15 years, but I took that bitch to my college dorm, had that motherfucker hanged up like just like this in my college dorm room. And niggas would come to my dorm like, man, you met her? Like, yeah, nigga, you see autograph right there? Yeah, I met her. She was my bread and butter for the longest. Then in 2005, I moved to Detroit after Hurricane Katrina from New Orleans, and then I finally meet you, and that's when me and her connected. We've been locked there since. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure, my brother for life.
yeah, for real, like for real. I got love for this girl right here, man. Uh, let's talk about this. A few months ago, the No Limit Chronicles came on TV. You feel me? And that was
Yeah.
on BT, and that shit was smoking hot. It gave everybody the whole No Limit Records education from beginning to end. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did you first hear about that, and how did the phone call go saying this is what's going on? We need your interview. How give us that layout right there. How that went about.
Well, I actually had got an email,
Okay.
and it was, BT, my name is such and such. I would like for you to contact us about a possible documentary. So I, of course, called the people back, and they like, well, are you familiar with the Chronicles? They had already done one on the Tupac and Biggie story.
Right.
So these are the same producers that did that reached out to us to possibly put this together. And in like 2-3 weeks, I got a phone call at this point because now we done exchange information and I don't have to check my email. They're gonna call me. Right. And they basically just wanted to know my availability, what day. They told me, when they would be there to actually do shooting because they was there for a few days with, it being so many of us. And you literally like sit there for, I think I was there for about 3 hours. You literally sit in front of the camera and they just ask you lots and lots of questions. So yeah, I flew out. They made all the accommodations. I had to be there by a specific time, and my time was my time. So I got to talk. A lot of the pictures they got from me because you got to think a lot of people lost a lot of stuff in Katrina. So a lot of those memories that we might have had on, from taking pictures, because we had them, disposable cameras back then. You had to drop it off and get all your pictures.
Right.
So yes. I still have a lot of that stuff. And because a lot of people didn't have stuff to bring, they asked me like, can you please remember to bring some of that stuff? Because they would like to incorporate it. So I did my part. I showed up, and the rest is history. Again, we told our story, and it came out good.
So what did they fight to? What was the location? The filming location. What was that?
New Orleans, of course.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Definitely, right. Yeah, we did it in New Orleans.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, it was just more convenient because all of the producers are still there. Mia X is still there. Fiend is still there.
Right.
Mr. Servon is still there. So right. I want to say the only people that actually had to fly in were Anthony Boswell, yes. Master P, and Silk. Silk the Child.
Okay. So when you doing this interview, and then it comes out, you feel me? So you know how the interview went. Then you finally see it on the big screen for the first time. What goes through your head? You feel what I'm
saying? It was actually weird because you didn't what you said there and all the questions that they asked, but you don't know what's going to actually make it to actual edits.
Right.
So that was cool to see. They got most of the good stuff that I was talking about. So I was satisfied. And of course, my phone couldn't stop ringing. Like, as soon as they started airing the commercial, I'm getting tagged on social media. I'm getting phone calls. Like, it was going crazy.
So for the most part, from the times you spent there and the shit that you know personally versus what you saw on TV, was that pretty much accurate?
Yeah, for the most part. Some of the stuff, not with me. Like, I think the editors kind of mixed up some of the stuff, like some of the questions, like if the formats kind of seemed like P was telling the story.
Yeah.
And so the responses that they were given from everyone else chronologically it didn't go, but it made sense, if that makes sense.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly.